Hey everyone, it's Connor here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to beat Wuchang Fallen Feathers. This guide is going to take you through an entire walkthrough of the entire game to find each and every single boss in order to beat the game. Now, I'm not going to be focusing on like side objectives or exploring every single location. I'm going to leave that up to you. Essentially, this video is going to guide you on where you should go next. You are going to be exploring anyway, so I'll let you explore as we go along, but I'm going to show you the main path you need to take if you ever get lost. So just go ahead and follow along with me. The first objective we need to do is inside this big building. We are going to be speaking to all the NPCs in here, because every time you talk to an NPC, it's going to give you like a little bit of a quest, starting with this guy over here. Then we're going to talk to the guy over here. Then you're going to go downstairs and we're going to interact with this lady. This guy over here doesn't really talk. The donation box, if you did order the deluxe version, you'll get some free items, which is pretty cool. Also some XP stuff that you can load. There's a guy standing over there that you need to talk to as well. He's not in my game, but you'll speak to every NPC, and once you're done and you've used the worship shrine, you can level up as well and then go downstairs. And before you speak to this NPC, you should know that this is going to engage in a boss fight. If you do manage to beat this boss fight, you'll get 5 free level ups. But if you don't, it's fine. It's just going to, skip it, and you're just going to respawn over here. And this time there'll be enemies in place, and we're going to have killed them in my run over here so that we can run smoothly towards the next location. Now, before we go, we're going to speak to the final NPC, who is a young boy located up here. You can grab this item and speak to him here just to, get his dialogue and stuff going. As the game progresses, pretty much every time you kill a boss, some of the characters will have something to say to you, and I'll show you how to track and see where they're located. Here's our next NPC you'll find by a broken bridge, and then we're going to continue along towards the next NPC who has like a big feature in this story. So we're going to go along here, sticking to the right-hand side, going up here, and, just following along. You should find this lady. She'll be singing by the time you first come here. You're going to speak to her. After you speak to her, she's going to disappear, but she's going to give you a little bit of dialogue and stuff. And you're also going to notice there's a treasure chest across the river, which we will be getting, so don't worry about that. So another thing I want to show you here is that when you find these birds, you should be using your throwing knives in your inventory to hit them, because they're going to give you these special feathers that are going to buff some of your stats. So you're going to use those for a lot of the boss fights or things that you're going to do, like pop one of those feathers just before a boss fight. And then we can proceed along this way, so just follow along with me. This will bring you to your next shrine up here, so interact with the shrine. This shrine is called Buddha Cliffs. So I'm going to timestamp this whole video based on each of the shrines here. So this one starts at Buddha Cliffs. And we'll go down the stairs and into the cave system that's located over here and just run along. By the time you're going to run into a room over here, be careful. There are some enemies below you. So you're going to go ahead and jump, attack them, kill them all. And then you're going to go into a boss fight as soon as you enter this chamber. So you're going to kill the boss here. Before we proceed, we're actually going to go get the treasure chest that is hidden behind here. So this is how you get to the other side of the river. Collect that, and then you can go back into the boss room after you've defeated the boss. I'm not going to be spoiling the boss fights for this video, and we're going to proceed to our next area. So just follow along with me. Like I said, we're just going for the main locations. You can explore all the side options on the sides to find loot, gear, anything secret. This is just to help you figure out where to go next, because there's a lot to explore in this game. And here is the shrine that we need to go to. You'll also want to speak to this NPC on the side and help him. This is Wuchang. We're going to pretty much be seeing him throughout the game as well. So this is Lightzen Temple, the location we're at right now. This is a shrine. We're going to then make our way behind into this building over here. This is going to lead you to your first major kind of boss fight. So open up this door and you're going to engage with that. Like I said, we're not spoiling those. So do that fight. You can read this thing over here. And then we're going to head back to where the shrine was located. So we'll have gained a key from defeating that boss, and after defeating that boss, you can use that key on this door over here. You'll see there'll be an NPC who's constantly banging on it, which is kind of irritating. You can then open up this door, and this will lead us to our next location, right? So you're also going to see like a bamboo shoot thing running on the ground. It's a little green thing around here. You're going to want to attack it to get a currency that's important for later. So follow along this path. You'll find your way to the next NPC. Now, for talking to this NPC is going to give you a bit of jibber jabber, and you're going to go to the right path first to find another 2 NPCs. So we'll come back to that NPC, so remember where he was, because we're going to go up the stairs next time. So follow along this pathway. We're going to go to a very hidden cave over here. Well, it's not really hidden, it's just you'd have to explore to find it. So in here, there's an old man NPC you'll have to speak to. So go ahead and chat to him. Once you're done chatting to him, you're going to go up the stairs and you'll find a panda. And Panda is going to be an NPC you can use those bamboo shoots to buy various items from. You will find them later on again in the game, so make sure you collect those bamboo things at all times. Then we're going to go back to that NPC that we were at earlier with the straw hat and go up the stairs. This time you have 2 paths. The left side has a boss that's going to kind of kick your ass. If you can kill it, you can get some gear, but the right-hand side is going to be a lot easier. So we're going to just guide you along this pathway because this is probably where you're going to go firsthand, but you can go either way. I just want you to know. So follow along with me here, and we're going to make our way to the temple, which is located right over here. So once you're here, here's the shrine. You're going to offer your blood and reset at the shrine. There's also a bunch of NPCs that you can speak to. There's this lady. The treasure guy will now be here as well. Now, when you kill bosses, he's going to have the option to give him treasures. When you give him treasures, he's going to unlock items that you can buy, usually armor sets. And I'm going to implore you to do this throughout the game, to come back here and buy new armor sets after you defeat bosses so that you're aware of this. Now, this location is called Shu Sanctum, and within the teleport feature at the shrines, you should see that there are these faces of NPCs. That usually means that this quest giver or person has something to say to you, so you should usually go to them and speak to them based on their pictures until they're grayed out on the teleport screen. You'll also be finding these blue things around the world. Essentially, when you speak to it, like this one will say, "Pay your respects," and you'll have to just use your emotes to use an emote that fits that, like "Pay your respects" is the worship emote. And if you've done this correctly, you should get some kind of item from it. So I got a divine gift from that one in this case. So just so you know how those work. Now, the 2 NPCs that we needed to find here, the first one is upstairs. Actually, they're both upstairs. It's this old lady who's praying over here. You're going to speak to her. She's going to think you're her son. You're going to go through that, and then you will speak to this NPC who is on the outside sitting over here. You'll speak to him. He's going to give you some dialogue, and then we're going to go to our next boss fight, who is quite literally upstairs. So you're going to go upstairs at the back here, and you're going to go ahead and defeat this boss that is located inside this room. After having doing so, you should see some of the NPCs will be updated. There's 2 more NPCs that we can speak to. There's this guy over here. We'll speak to him and pretty much give him the mercurial blood. You'll, keep up to date with your quest stuff. We're going to then speak to the treasure guy, who we have a new treasure to give him as well. This is going to unlock another armor set. Like I mentioned before, you're going to want to keep checking on him every single time you defeat a boss, because you can get some pretty cool gear. There's a really cool set coming up later on that I'm excited to show you as well. So right now, you're actually going to go back to the worship shrine, and you're going to enter the dream because you need to reset the world. The guy with the straw hat will disappear, and then you'll notice Wuchang is now in this location as well. So you're going to speak to him while you've got him here. Now, when you speak to him, you can also hand over items, and you'll also be able to use his shop to buy various items, usually like utilities like these over here that are quite helpful if you don't have any left. And then we can go to the shrine and pretty much go ahead and teleport to the Revenant Temple, where we have more quest NPCs that we can speak to. So make your way back there. You're going to be doing this frequently after you defeat any major bosses throughout the game, and just speak to all the NPCs who are, listed on that teleport screen from the worship shrine. So yeah, just make sure you keep doing that. I'm not going to keep up with it too much throughout this video, so I'm going to expect you to find these NPCs each time you kill a boss, because it's really quite simple. It's marked on the location. Back here at the Shu Sanctum, you're going to activate that mechanism in the middle of the room. It's going to open up this doorway. But before we go down there, that goes to a whole different region. We want to get another boss that is located over here. So we're going to go over here where this other boss, mini boss, is located, where I'm standing. And you can run across this platform. Anytime you see those green things, it's an invisible floor that you can run across. So keep that in mind, because you're going to see that a few times for invisible pathways. And you're just going to follow along with me here to get into this region in the, the mountains over here, just behind the Shu Sanctum. Now you're going to be careful around this corner, because there's an NPC over here who's going to shoot a big boulder down for the first time. I hope that doesn't get you. You're going to go up here along the side, go up the ladder to make your way to the rooftop. And quite simply, you're just going to head all the way across to another ladder to head down into the other region over here. And then you can also open up that door that's open on my side. You're going to open that, then go up this ladder, And we're pretty much going to go to where the boss is located, which is up here, up these stairs, through this door over here. You're going to go ahead and defeat the boss that is located in here, and this will grant you some more things that you can access and speak to at the Shu Sanctum. So defeat this boss. Once you've done so, turn around and we're going to go out here, and we're going to take the left pathway because you can make a little bit of a shortcut to the Shu Sanctum. So go here. You're going to then kick this tree down like that. And then we're going to run across it, and we're going to speak to the old lady first because she kind of wanted you to kill this boss in particular. So you're going to then speak to her. You're going to give her the item or not give it to her. It's up to you, I guess. I don't really know what changes too much. You're going to also speak to the other NPCs in the location over here as well. So keep up with them. This guy, you have more treasures that you can give him. So give him those things, and you can check his shop again. He's going to have some more things to purchase. All right. Now we are ready to go down the stairs to this next region. You can just follow along as we go. This will lead you up to your next shrine in the Mercury Workshop. So collect this. You'll see this is called the Mercury Workshop. It's quite a tricky place, but as soon as we go down here, we're going to go through this pathway into the room in the middle, go to the right-hand side, and then take the first off section over here. There's a really good sword that you can pick up over here called the Lashing Whip. I would highly recommend it because it carried me for quite a long time. And then we're going to go down the ramp here to the right-hand side, and you're just going to run across until we have an opening on the left that we can go into. So just follow along with me. Avoid the enemy who's going to ambush you here. There's going to be a few ambushes along the way. It's a very tricky zone. Expect to maybe die a couple times unless you're a god. Let me know how you're doing in the comments down below. Once you go through here, we're going to go down the ladder like this, and you're going to just follow along even further. We're going to go back to the room in the middle. Here, you're going to stand on this item. As soon as you pick it up, it's going to break the platform. This is how you get down. From here, you're going to follow along this pathway and just keep up with me. You can technically jump down at this section, but I'm going to do the long way so that you can get an extra item, right? We're going to end up at that same place though, so it's fine. We're going to go through this chamber over here, dodge the spikes on the floor, so don't stand on them, just go around them. And then open up this door, and from here you can go through like this. And this will take us under this pathway. You'll see where we could have jumped down previously. Down here, we're going to jump another ladder. We're going to climb down this one. And then we're going to proceed down the pathway over here like this, avoiding the enemies that try to attack you. Eventually, you're going to turn to the left, and you're going to go into the middle section of the room over here. There'll be some items you can loot from this guy's body, and then go around, and you should see there's another pathway this side leading out. Go to the right and just follow along the pathway like this. Eventually, you'll be able to go onto some wooden bridges and to the left-hand side through here. So just follow along with me here. This will bring you to your next section that is going to lead to a boss fight. So go to the right or the left, it doesn't really matter. They kind of go to the same roughish location. Up here, you should find your next shrine. Collect this shrine. This is called the Bandit Cave. Now, the Bandit Cave is very close to your next boss fight. So as soon as you go down here and pretty much take the right, as soon as you go through here, a boss fight is going to begin. So go ahead, defeat this boss. After you've defeated this boss, you're going to continue along to the opposite entrance over here. There's another side where you can run along and make your way up this tower. You can go in the room, use the lift, and we're going to go to the very top. At the top over here, you should notice that you can go to the right and jump down and collect some loot around this area, or you can continue along the pathway on the bridge over here like I'm doing so to our next region where we have to proceed in the game. So you should find an NPC on the ground here. You're going to speak to him. He's going to give you a pirate armor set, which is pretty cool. And then you're going to proceed along to the next area, which is going to be very tricky if you're doing this without a guide, because I got lost here a lot. This is the Doomwillow Beach, right? So there's a few locations you can explore here. I'm not going to do all of them that are not necessary. But for our first one, we're going to go to the right-hand side, and we're going to take the first left, and you should immediately find an NPC who you can speak to over here. You'll recognize him from the Shu Sanctum at the top floor who was sitting down previously. Interact with him. You'll also notice there's an NPC in the distance over there that we're going to go to next. So starting back at the shrine at Doomwillow Beach, right here, we're going to go down the middle path. So the middle path like this, you're going to follow along with me, stick to the left-hand wall. So you can just kind of like follow this left-hand wall. As soon as it opens up to the left here, you're not going to go up the ashy part. You're going to stick to the blood on the water. You're not going to really stand in it too long because it's going to pull up your corruption stats. So make sure you run across like this. Don't stand in the fire, that hurts too. Up here, you're going to notice there is a ladder that you can climb after defeating some of these trees and crawling bodies that are attacking you throughout this whole process. Up here, we're going to go to the left, and you should see that there's this thing that we can kick down. So kick that down and speak to this NPC who you'll recognize from the beginning of the game to get a little bit more dialogue and context about what's happening with her. When you're done speaking with her, we're going to make our way down this pathway over here. On the left, at the bottom here is going to be a chest, but there is an ambush as soon as you open up the chest, so be careful. Once you've collected the chest, we're going to turn around and go down to the right-hand side, so down the other way that we came down through. So right here, all the way down, very easy, follow the straight path. This is actually going to lead you to another boss fight. Now this boss fight is actually going to unlock a really cool armor set. I'm not gonna lie, this is a really cool armor set. So defeat this boss. Once you go ahead and you do so, you can collect the shrine at the end of the boss fight where it will spawn, and then you'll make your way to the Shu Sanctum. So here you can make your way to the treasure dude, who is going to have one of the coolest and also one of the strongest armor sets that you can get in the game for weapons specifically. So this is this armor set over here, the Centipede armor set. It's really strong, it's really good, it's got really high like slashing damage and stabbing damage, so I would 100% get this if you're using a sword or a spear. And then we're going to go back to the Corpse Pits, which is the shrine that we unlocked after defeating that boss. And then we're going to continue along the pathway just behind the shrine like this, and you're just going to follow along with me to the next area. As you can see, it's fairly straightforward for the most part. There is a little bit of extra exploring that you can do, but it's really straightforward. Eventually, this is going to bring you to your next area, and you'll see there's this NPC who you can speak to. You'll recognize him from the beginning of the game. So go ahead and chat with him, and then just follow along with me again. As soon as you go through this main section, we're going to turn to the left, and we're going to take a ramp between these two houses to get on top and across and down the other side like so. So jump down here, and then you can go to the left here. You can open up another entryway to a previous zone through here, or you can go upstairs. There's one of those birds. Upstairs over here is to get to the next section. Really confusing pathing this place has. Up here across. This will lead you to your first gear door. Pretty much it's going to give you an option of choosing between two options. One option is not going to give you gear. The other one's going to let you go into a room that's going to give you gear. I recommend choosing option 1 for the gear because option 2 does not give you the gear. I know this because I picked option 2, and when you pick option 2, you don't get anything, which is kind of lame. So pick option 1 if you want the loot inside this cave. Yeah, there's no like redoing it. So if you lost out, you're going to have to come back here in New Game Plus. If you did pick option 2 for some reason, like I did, you're going to then go across here, and this pretty much spawns you at this side to go to this main chamber. When you go in here, this is going to be a boss fight that you will do. Inside here, there is a chest and some stuff that you can read. Now, if you did get the loot from the main door over here and you picked option 1, you can then run from that door and continue the pathway to the main, you know, like boss arena, which is located over here. Very simple to access, and you get from this location. So from here, we're going to proceed to the next area to unlock the boss of this area. And we're going to go across here to this ladder at the back and climb all the way to the top. From the top here, you're going to go to the right, and you're going to go along to the shrine and unlock this shrine. Now, this shrine is called the Palace Hill. Now, you're going to then go from the shrine to the left down here, and we're going to go all the way across this way because there's an item that we need to pick up that's going to be by this body over here. This is a Buddha statue. You're going to pick up an item pretty much right where I'm standing right now, and then you're going to go back to where the shrine was located and then just past it. So up here again, we're going to go back all the way across to the shrine and then up the stairs, and you should see there's an NPC that we can speak to. You're going to talk to her, And then you're going to go ahead and interact with this mechanism over here. You're going to put the Buddha statue in place, and this is going to make a little cutscene about the water draining and revealing a sword that you can go ahead and pull. So what we're going to do is pretty much make our way there. So we're going to backtrack the same way that we got up here. So through here, we're going to go onto the roof, down the ladder like we did before, and all the way to this opening over here where you can jump into the pit like so. And this is going to give you a cutscene and you'll go into fighting this boss. Good luck, I'll see you at the end of it. After the fight, it's going to teleport you back to Worship's Rise over here. And we're going to then make our way down the stairs and we have to talk to every NPC again inside this location, starting with this guy over here. Have a chat with him. Make your way downstairs and we can interact with an item on a table that's going to talk about Cloudspire, the next area that we got to go to. And you can also then, speak with the other NPCs again still. There's this guy over here who's going to have more information for you. Chat to him, speak with the lady who's located over here, like the priestess lady. We're going to have a chat with her and then you're going to exit this place and run down the stairs and go to the left. So right over there at the far left, there's the other door that we can speak to this NPC. We actually have the key for this door now, and he's going to pretty much have a talk about how to open up the door. You're going to just open up the door because you got a key for it, and that opens up the door, and you can chat to him and tell him, bro, I opened up the door, and he's going to be like, oh, you opened the door. Fucking weird game, dude. And then you can run along with me to our next area. So we're going to Cloudspire. This is going to take us into this cave over here. Really simple to traverse. There's a little bit of like looping around, but it all heads to one location. Down the stairs. And from here, we're going to make our way to the lift that is on the opposite end. So just go into the lift and hit the button and let's go down. This takes really long though. So we're just going to skip the ride. And at the bottom, you're going to go across like this, kill the people at the camp and keep heading towards the next lift that is going to be located on the far side of this cave over here. Now press this button. It takes a while. It takes like a minute to get down. I literally ran back here and it was still coming down. So take it all the way back up again. And this will lead you to your next treasure door. So before you go across the bridge, there is a treasure door over here. Pick option 2. Option 2 is going to get you the bridal corset armor set, if you want that. Pick option 1 if you don't want anything. So we're going to speak with this NPC over here before the bridge. And then there's another NPC across the bridge. We're going to speak to her too. She's going to say she's hungry. You can actually give her a steamed bunny bun if you have one in your inventory, which you most likely do because you get them so often. And then you can collect the shrine before we continue onwards. Now this is going to be the Hillswatch shrine under Cloudspire, the first one that you get. And first we're going to actually collect something for that lady who is lying on the other side of the bridge. So go ahead and follow along with me. We're going to make our way to an enemy that we need to defeat who has, I think it's called a coral bracelet if I recall, which is going to be around this corner over here. You're pretty much going to do like this weird little circle loop. From here, you're going to go left. And inside this area, there should be an enemy sitting about here. You're going to go ahead and fight them, kill them, and then you can actually take a shortcut down here. You'll see behind this house, there's a ladder that you can kick down and then climb all the way down. And you can pretty much go run across the bridge and give the lady the thing. So this is something that you can progress with her individual quest. Something that you could probably easily miss in case you weren't focusing. But yeah, so that's how you do that. And then we're going to return up here. And this time we're going to take the actual pathway that we need to do. So you're going to make your way up the same way that you went up earlier, except instead of turning left for that enemy, you're going to go to the right. So following along with me, you can see where we're going. So here we're going to go to the right and up. We'll find this NPC over here and we'll speak with them. Go through all of their dialogue, and then from here we'll find another 2 NPCs that we can speak to who are going to give us a spicy stew that is going to help us not freeze to death so that you don't have like frostbite. Because if you want to avoid frostbite, you have to eat this soup that these NPCs are going to be giving you called the spicy soup. You should take note of that because that is something you're going to have to use once we go into the snow region that we're heading into right now. So we're going to go over here, over this bridge. You should find the next shrine, and you can also find this NPC, Wuchang. Again, you can go ahead and speak with him. And you should see we're at the Snowy Passage Shrine. That's where we are right now. So starting from here, we can actually go ahead and run into the snow area. Make sure you've eaten one of your spicy soups. And we're going to start by going left. You can open up this door and then hug the left immediately. And you should see there's a door here that you can open and speak to with this NPC inside. If it is closed, you might just have to kill enemies nearby until you can open it. Eventually, she should give you the option to agree to help. And, you know, you're going to help her on defeating the enemy in this region. So we're going to do that later. And then you're going to follow the pathways up like this to the left, following the snow. I'm going to lead you to one of the chests. Now, this is not always going to happen because there's so many chests hidden throughout this world. There's even sub-zones that like are just added that you might have missed entirely. So there's a chest over there in case you didn't know. We're going to go up here on the left-hand side still, going all the way to the top. You're pretty much making your way to that tower at the back. You can see here, this tower over there. Our goal is to go to the very top of that because there are 3 towers that we need to light something. So you're going to go to this ladder over here, this like half ladder that goes only up to this little area. And then you're going to run around the corner and you're pretty much going to make your way to the top of the tower. It's quite simple. You're just going to progress along this path. There will be enemies through and around. Obviously, I've killed everything so that it's easy for you to track and see. There will be this NPC, the white-robed elder, that you can go ahead and speak to. Is going to give you a bit of an indication of the towers that you need to set on fire, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of weird that he mentions only 2 towers, even though you actually have to light 3 of them, which I found a bit strange, unless he didn't count this one in that regard. So you're going to light it. It's going to kind of destroy and burn this thing. And then from here, you're going to go around the back right. You're going to set this ladder down all the way, and we're going to make our way to the next tower, which is quite simply, it's going to be along this pathway. It's actually really easy to get to from here. You're going to go up this ladder all the way to the top, and you're going to pretty much run across to the back left. So as you run here, go to the left like this, to this first building. This is the tower over here. Take this ladder, go up to the top of it. Then we're going to go across here, and we're going to make our way up the tower. So following this pathway is how you get up. Go outside, around, and around up this ladder, and this should bring you to the very top of this tower. And like you did with the other one, you're going to interact with this thing, collect the chest there as well, and you're going to set fire to the device, that thing. You're just going to burn that thing. All right. Now we've done the second one, we can head around here, hit the ladder down, and we're going to make our way to the 3rd tower. But before we go to that tower, there is another boss that we can do on the way there. It's something that's very easily missed if you decide to only go for the towers in this case. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow along this path here. This is going to bring us to a junction where we can go left or right. To the right, there will be a closed door. You can open it. That's going to take you to the 3rd tower. But instead, we are going to actually turn around. Remember where this location is, though, because we're coming back here. We're going this way first. This is going to go into a place called the Rebel Camp. So over here, you're going to defeat a bunch of enemies. I'll show you where the shrine is for this one. It's going to be to this right-hand side as we loop across here. Immediately on the left here, there'll be like a really short ladder, and you can go up it, and you'll be able to find a shrine, literally, as you can see on my left. But there's also an enemy you're going to want to defeat. They're going to be pretty much in front of you here, like just by that little campfire. Defeat them because they have special keys that you need. And then you can see, like I said before, this is the Rebel Camp location. So in case you were looking for this one, this is where the Rebel Camp is. And we're going to show you how to fight the boss for the Rebel Camp. So what we're going to do is go down the ladder over here, and then to the left, follow this pathway down. You should end up finding an NPC that you're familiar with. This guy over here. So turn to the left, you should find him, this one. So you're going to speak to him. He's actually going to tell you to summon him with the whistle so that he can help you in the fight. So that's helpful. So you can have an NPC to help you. So through this door is a boss battle. You're going to open this up using the Rebel Camp key that you got from that enemy near the shrine. If you don't have the key, go back and find that enemy around in the camp. Kill them. They should have the key. And then you're going to defeat the boss that's located inside here. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Rebel Camp. So we're going to end up making our way back to this NPC. You can speak to him and kind of like finish his little dialogue and whatnot, his little like story beats of what he's got going on, I guess. Okay, so now you're going to make your way back outside the Rebel Camp to that door that we talked about earlier, to the 3rd tower that we need to ignite. So make your way back there and let's proceed to that tower. Just follow me to the location. We're going to go up this ladder. And then run around this side, into the building, and then up this ladder over here. Go outside, around this, and there will be another ladder that we can take to the very top. And then you will light this 3rd tower, which is going to have an effect on the like main little city over there. You'll see Once you end up burning this thing over here, it's going to drop the drawbridge for the main kind of like Cloudspire City, I guess. So that's open now. You should see it's pretty much right over there. That's the bridge down there. So we're going to kick this ladder down and we're going to make our way across there to the very first shrine within the city. So let's just follow along to get there. Do beware, as soon as you go through this gate, a boss fight is going to happen, so good luck with that. After you've done the boss fight, there will be a shrine that you can unlock that is just over here at the back of this arena. So interact with this. This will be the Snowpeak Pass. So from this location, you're going to go ahead and follow along with me as we go through this entire maze of a place because it's really weird to traverse. So inside here, you're immediately going to go to the left into this room, and then out here, and then we're going to go to the right into this room, up the stairs, across this little bridge. Don't stand on the trap. Into this house, across another bridge, and then into this building. You should see there's an NPC that we can speak to right over here. So go ahead and chat with them. We'll then go ahead and leave this building and follow along with me. We'll make our way all the way to the back here to the next shrine that is located over here. So collect that. This is the Cloudspire City. Now there's a lot of NPCs around in this area, so I'm going to show you how to get to all of them, though none of them are really super necessary, but I'm just going to show you where they are because I actually didn't notice them in the first time I did this. So just follow along with me as we go. This part is just to like unlock the main door and just to get across everything. So from here, you can open up that door, but we're actually going around the back side here into the snow. You'll have to break a bunch of boxes to go into this area. You'll go through here first. At the back left, there's an item you can pick up. I'm not sure what I used it for. I can't remember, but it seems to be something helpful that you will probably use later. Up this ladder, this will bring you into this like area, the bazaar. And you should see, if we go around all the way to the left-hand side here, this is actually on the other side of the shrine, but there's an NPC over here that you're going to be coming to several times as you do the quest line with him and the other two kids, right? So we're going to basically go through here from the shrine through this door. Again, this time we're going to go to this ladder at the back, and you should see there's another NPC at the very top that is going to be somebody we have to talk to. So up here, we're going to then speak with this NPC right at the top of this ladder. So here, chat with him, do all the stuff that you need to with him, blah, 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 blah. There's a few things you'll interact with him later on as you progress. Just make sure you always click your shrines and you see if NPCs need to talk to you. So from this point, you'll find these two kids in this like little hideout over here, and you're going to ask them to join the gang, and you're going to become one of them now. So that's how you find all of those NPCs. You can track and do their quests as they need you to talk to them. So keep an eye on that. The next thing we're going to do is progress further into the location. So follow along with me as we go through this. At this part over here, you're actually going to want to lower the ladder over there. So in case you die, you can come back through the ladder and take the shortcut back. Otherwise, you have to do this whole thing again. This house on the left is going to have a treasure chest that we're going to get later on. I'm not going to collect it in this video, but I'll show you where you go to collect it. It will be at a turnoff where you either go left or right. In this room, there is a trap on the floor, so don't stand on it. Make your way upstairs and just keep moving along. From here, you're going to fight the enemies across here and go across up the ladder. There's another enemy on the rooftop you will need to fight. After you defeat this enemy, you're going to pretty much jump behind on like this platform over here, and you're just going to keep moving across. There is a ladder that you can lower here, but we're actually going to go in this window. We're going to drop down again, and then you'll see if you go down those stairs, it leads to the treasure, but if you want to keep progressing, you go outside this doorway and you jump out like this. So you won't be able to return, at least not until a little bit later or if you die or something. So we're going to go ahead, collect this item, dodge that rolling ball, and then go ahead and make your way all the way up the pathway. Up the stairs over here, we're going to collect the shrine on the left, and you will also see there's an NPC over here who has a red name Treasurer. We're going to go ahead and kill this dude, so make sure you kill him and take him out. The shrine we're at is called the Snowfall Palace. So starting from here, you're pretty much going to make your way up the stairs into the palace. We're going to go to the right. So up here to the right, and you're going to go ahead and open up this first door. Open it up, go inside, proceed all the way to the end. To the left over here, you should see there's a contraption. Interact with this. It's going to open up the door on your left like this. Go inside here, kill the enemies, and then also take the elevator once you're ready to go all the way to the top, just like so. There's also another NPC you can speak to over here. Go ahead, chat with them, see what they have to say about life, how the weather is, you know, the view around you. And then you're going to make your way to the back left room over here and speak with the character who's sitting down. Go ahead and have a chat with them. You're pretty much going to go through any of the dialogue options that they have, so go do so. Once you're done here, you can go ahead and take the elevator to leave the same way that you came in. We're pretty much going to make our way to the palace courtyard where the shrine is located. So out here to the left and then down the stairs. And once you get to this location, you're going to go to the left from this area. And to the left over here, there is a door. You'll see there's a bird above it. You can go ahead and open up this door. And in here will reveal an elevator that you can take. So go inside, activate it, and go all the way to the bottom. Once you make it to the bottom over here, there is a boss fight in the doors on the right-hand side. So prepare for that. I'm not going to spoil it as usual. So go inside there, defeat the boss. Once you're done, collect all the items and interact with the shrine located over here. So once you interact with the shrine or get close enough, the door over there will also open. And this is the Treasure Trove Shrine, in case you need the location. Then we're going to go through here. We're going to take this like elevator all the way down. So get inside, activate this, and we're going to go all the way down. Then you can go ahead and follow along with me here. Collect the next shrine, like so. This is the shaft entrance, so make sure you're starting from this location over here and proceed onwards. Just follow me. We're going to dodge these traps like so and just make our way through this like little bit of a mazy place. At the bottom over here, you should see there's these giant balls rolling down. Just avoid them and go to the left as soon as you can and just keep moving onwards. Dodge the spikes. You can use your dash to go over them quickly while they're in their down state so that you don't accidentally stand on them and die. Now here, you're going to go all the way to the back right. This is going to take you towards a treasure chest that you can go ahead and collect. Alternatively, we're going to make our way back to that location where we were. You can also open up this door as a shortcut, but I'm going to go back to where we were located down here. So through here, you can also take that ladder down. We'll take you to the same room that we're going to, which is this one over here that has all the cells on the left and the right. This is where it's going to bring you. You're going to go up the stairs here to this section and just follow it along to the side here. Go across the bridge like so into the next area that this thing has. Once you get here, interact with this. It's going to bring down this door. You're going to go ahead to the left through the only path that you can follow. And you're going to make your way to the next mechanism that's going to open up another door, which you're going to drop down into. So jump down in here, boom, like that. And then go ahead and follow along with me. In this room over here, we're going to go to the left and we're going to jump down. This is how you progress further into this location. Make your way across like this. There's a bird up there and keep continuing. This will bring you to another contraption. Interact with it. It's going to open up this door over here and continue along in this area. Dodge the balls. So you're going to wait for the big ball to come roll down past you or just dash into that corner there. Time it right so that you don't get hit by any of them. Of course, go up this ladder on the left-hand side and you're home free. There's another contraption you can interact with. This is going to move something behind this door over here. This metal gate, it's changed them so that you can now go to the left path like this. Run down here and go to the right and continue along with me. So we're going to go down here. We're going to go around and up here. And you should find another NPC that we can go ahead and speak to. So chat with them. Then we're going to go across here to the next shrine that we can find. Interact with this. This is the Bride's Boudoir shrine. So that's where we're starting right now. And you can just go ahead and follow along with me. It's not a really long one. We're pretty much going to find a prisoner here who we're going to help free. So following along this pathway, there is a treasure chest in this room as well. You're going to make your way down here. You should find the prisoners on the right-hand side here. So speak with them. You might recognize them. And then you're going to pretty much go ahead, kill some enemies around here until you get the dungeon key. Once you have the dungeon key, you can come back here and you can pretty much give her the dungeon key, and then that's gonna, you know, progress her quest line a little bit. Then you can continue along the path down here like normal to the next location, so follow along. This will bring you to the next NPC, this small guy again. You might recognize him as well. And this is going to be just before a boss fight. So beware, be ready, because as soon as you cross this bridge, it's going to do this. And you're going to go straight into a fight. So good luck. If you do end up beating it, you should see there is a shrine over here. And, you know, there's nothing on this table. I thought there might be. You're going to interact with the shrine. Now, you're going to have to use the enter the dream state to kind of reset it so that the NPC upstairs comes downstairs. So as you can see on the right here he is now. You're going to then speak with him. He's going to give you some more like advice. He's going to tell you where you need to go to next. And that's going to be Hillswatch. You can even speak to him. And when you select this, it's going to actually teleport you exactly to the cave you need to go. So in Cloudspire over here, this is a cave location located from the Hillswatch shrine. Very easy to access. You might have gone here and explored in like your own like alternate pathing, which is located right over here from the shrine. So down here, you're just going to follow along with me as we go through this area to the next major zone of the game. So go ahead and follow this cave system. You should see there's going to be a fork soon. And we're going to turn right to speak to the NPC. You should see it's coming up ahead over here. We can go right like this, and then we'll come back and we'll go left after we speak with the NPC up here. So going up here, you should find the NPC, speak with them, get the, you know, all of their story beats and stuff done, all that, you know, all good stuff done, I guess. He's also going to give you some, you know, Mercury items that you can use in your inventory to get more Mercury. Then we're going to double back and we're going to take the other pathway that way like this and run down all the way. And then climb the massive ladder to get out. Then make your way to the next ladder, and you're going to go all the way to the top of this one, and then make your way to the next ladder. And this is going to be a very straightforward like exit of this cave to the next region. So from here, you're going to make your way outside, and you should find yourself at the shrine located over here. Now, this shrine is called the Battlefield Pass in Mount Zhenwu. So we're going to go here, and you're just going to follow along with me. I've killed all the enemies as usual. These are really annoying ones. You're going to want to follow me exactly into this cave over here because there's an enemy who's going to do despair on you. And it's easier to go this way because you can directly hit them. They stand right by that blue thing. Once you get down here, you're going to go to the right. There's a chest over there, and then you're going to just go this pathway to exit this little cave system or to get out the other side over here. So follow along here. We're going to go to the right-hand side and down this little pathway. You should find one of the NPCs that you can speak to over here. So go ahead and do the dialogue for him. You'll then continue onwards. You're going to take the ladder down all the way to the bottom, and you should find the next NPC. We're pretty much going to be doing a little bit of a storyline that revolves him right now. So here, there's also a ladder next to him over there, which we're going to come back for. But first, I want to take you to the village where you can, you know, set up with all the other people and get your next shrine down. So we're going to cross the bridge, make your way up the pathway to the right, and this will take you to the Refugee Camp, which is where all the NPCs are currently set up. You can go ahead and speak to all of them. They should mostly all have new dialogues, so go through all of them. There's this guy who's new here as well. Speak to him. Collect the shrine, of course, and then we're also going to speak to the next NPC who is just going to be at the first tent over here. Speak with him, and then the treasure guy is located over here. So collect all of those. Like I said, this is the Refugee Camp. This is the second shrine that you'll be finding at this location. And then you'll go ahead and you'll follow me back to that ladder by that guy who was dressed in the white robes. So we're going to go pretty much back to his location. There's also a shortcut that you can unlock for a future area if you go to the right there where I looked. But we're going to get there later, so don't really worry about that too much right now. So we're going to go down the ladder here, and we're going to go into the forest over here. This is where things get a little confusing and tricky because, man, in this game, sometimes everything looks the same. But you're pretty much going to run all the way into this forest, stick to the back right area. This should take you to where a shrine is located, as well as the chick in the red, like, you know, armor and the really cool spear. You're going to speak to her. She's going to give you some, you know, dialogue text and stuff, what she's doing. You're going to collect the shrine over here so that you have a respawn point because you have a bunch of running to do now. So this is called the Avian Dwelling. And we're going to go ahead from here and we're going to backtrack into the location we came from. So into here. We're then going to stick to the right wall. So hug the right-hand side, take the right-hand path here. It's going to lead into a ladder. There's going to be an enemy on the other side who's going to be shooting at you. So you want to be quick about this. You want to just get to the ladder and try get down as quickly as you can. If you hold the dodge key while using a ladder, you can go down quite quickly, which is nice. Once you're down at the bottom over here, there's another shrine that you can collect on the right-hand side in this room. So we're going to collect this right now, and then we've got a lot of exploring to do through this forest. Now, this is the Avian Marsh. From this location, you're going to go ahead and you're going to follow me. Now, there's two ways that you can actually reach the location we're getting to. You can go right, or you can go left from this point. I'm going to do left because it just feels like the easiest one to follow, whereas the right-hand side one was a bit tricky. Like in terms of like everything kind of looks the same. So we're going to go here. You can see this kind of pathway is laid out pretty much in a straight line for you. You can't really get lost, which is the nice thing about using this pathway. There are the equal difficulty type enemies on each path, so you should at least know that. You can try the other one if you want. There's probably some items you can collect as well along the way, but we're just going to go ahead and follow along here. By the time you get to this location, on the right-hand side is where the other path connects up. So we're both having to go left over here. So both of the pathways lead to this area, and you're going to want to climb up here first to knock down this ladder. This is by the shrine, so that if you ever die, you can just take the ladder and, you know, take the shortcut across from that shrine that we just unlocked previously. And then you can continue along this pathway and follow along with me. At this location, you can kick down this tree that you can use as a shortcut in case you die, which is very possible because this next section is absolute BS. It's a feature in this game called Despair. Despair is horrible. Any of those enemies that have that light up ahead, when you get too close to them, they use Despair on you. And that is what this thing is filling up on my screen right now. When that fills up all the way, you die immediately. It sucks. There's two ways to deal with this. The first way is to select armor that has Despair resistance. Ironically, to have Despair resistance, you have to wear your underwear. So as naked as you can get apparently makes you Despair proof. There's also an item you can eat called the Mind Lotus Seed that will alleviate your despair buildup and kind of reset it so that it starts again. With these two things combined, you're just going to sprint and make your way across as fast as you can. You should see eventually you'll get out of range of the despair. I think it's just behind this enemy over here. Dodge everything. There's a lot of chaos happening here. I'm just going to sprint through because I'm literally wearing my underwear right now. I'm not going to be able to fight anything without like getting one shot by everything. So I'm just like running ahead until I can avoid all that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and just keep moving forward so that, you know, this is not a problem for us because goddamn, dude. This game is rough, man. They got me out here in my fucking underwear. Dude. By the time you get up here, you could change your armor and continue going forward. This time you'll find that NPC with the white robes is located just across this bridge. Go ahead and speak with them, and then we have a long run through the forest. So go ahead and follow along with me here. Now at the top here, there are three directions you can go. You can go straight to go to the tomb area, which actually we're going to go to after the boss fight. You go all the way right to the boss, and if we take an immediate right here, you can see we can knock down a tree that takes us to where the shrine is. I highly recommend grabbing the shrine over here so that you can respawn quickly if you die and just run across this location. All right, so now we're going to go to where the boss is located, and you're just going to take this pathway. There is a treasure chest down there, by the way, by that ladder, so do that if you want that. Otherwise, you're just going to continue onto this ladder, go upwards, and this is going to take you to where the boss is located, essentially. Just keep following along. Now the boss is going to be out in that open water marsh over here, so be ready, be prepared. As soon as you go in here, you're going to go ahead and fight the boss. So go ahead, do that. I hope you guys have good luck with it. Once you're done, instead of going to where that tree is, because there is a pathway behind it, we're going to come back there now. First, turn around. We're going to go back to the tomb because there is a bit of the quest line with the guy with the white robes. And a quick shortcut is if you go this way here, you can see you can knock down a tree and this will take you directly to the shrine. So it's a nice shortcut back there. And then from the shrine over here, this location, of course, you're going to reset. You're going to enter the dream, and then you're going to go across the tree to the left-hand side, which is going to take us to that other bridge where the tomb is located. So right over here, we're just going to run all the way across. You should see this is going to take you to a pretty cool looking area. I thought there was going to be a boss fight or something here because it feels like something's going to go wrong as soon as you walk into this area. Nothing went wrong. It's kind of disappointing. I don't know how I feel about this. But anyway, speak with the NPC. You'll get some dialogue there. And then you can return to where the shrine is located. And we're going to go back to where the boss is. So take the other branch that you knocked down, the tree that you knocked down, and run across to the Avian Marsh, the boss arena. And you're going to go straight to this pathway at the back. You're going to turn right because left takes you back to the shrine. Right over here is going to take you to a new area, right? It's also going to have a fork in the road over here. To the right is going to take you back to your, refugee camp on the outside of it. So if you do that, you'll see there's some NPCs you can speak to, which I recommend you should probably do this first. And there's also a door that you can unlock that gives you access to this location. But alternatively, if you want to progress, you're going to go left at the fork instead. And you're going to speak with this NPC, follow his quest line, and then we're going to keep going to the left-hand side here into the main rebel camp. So go ahead and follow with me as we go to the end. Now, I must warn you, there are enemies that are using cannons here. So beware about that. They're going to be shooting cannons at you, especially around this corner over here. There's an enemy with a cannon aimed right at you. So beware. We're going to then go into this ground over here. You're going to open up the door and we're going to go all the way to the top of the stairs where our shrine is located. And you are going to be doing this place a lot if you don't know where to go because it is pure chaos and also difficult in some cases. So speak to the NPC, collect the shrine as you normally do. You'll see this is the Zhenwu Antechamber location. And for our first order of business, we're going to go back down the stairs to the left and we have a little bit of progressing to do. So pay attention here because this can get very confusing because there are many turns. So we're going to go up the stairs. Then we're going to go turn around like this and to this ladder. This is going to take us to the rooftop and allow us to go to the opposite building. So you'll see here, we're going to get to the rooftop and we're going to run across here. There will be enemies in between everything here. Of course, I've just killed everything so you can follow the video nice and cleanly so that I'm not distracting you with my fighting. We're going to go down the stairs here. We're going to go around like this back to the other side of the building. Luckily, this is going to unlock a shortcut for you for the next part if you do mess up. So you can lower this ladder and then we're going to proceed up this one to the next location. So in case you die, you can just start immediately by climbing these two ladders and coming back here, which might very well happen. I'm not going to lie. It's some crazy shit happening up ahead. So up here, you're going to go across this bridge and then you're going to stick to the left. So you're going to go to where that big fire is and then keep heading past it towards the left over here in the distance. You should see that we're going to enter a building over here on the left up the stairs. Go into here. You're going to go to the right and you're going to see there is a ladder at the back here that you can climb. That's going to allow us to go through every single building in this whole pavilion because that's how they designed this level with sheer madness in mind. Bear with me and bear with yourselves as you're going to be doing this quite a few times, especially a later part, which I'll warn you about. So here we're going to go down the stairs and we're pretty much going to go to this bridge across to the next building. Nice. One building done. So through this one, you're going to follow me. We're going to go on the inside, up the stairs, and then across another bridge into the next building. So far, so easy. Run along the rooftop over here until we can access the main area here on the left. So you'll see that this is going to have a drop-in. You're going to go ahead, kill the enemies here, and collect the chest at the back, which is located over here, of course. So grab this, and then we're going to go downstairs first, because this is going to allow you to open up this door over here that gives you a shortcut back into this building instead of doing the whole long way around, which, trust me, you're going to want every single shortcut that you can get. Then we're going to go upstairs, both flights of stairs here, all the way to the top, and you're going to run across like this. There is a ladder on this side, which is going to take you higher up onto the roof. From here, we're going to go to the left, and we're going to run through here. This is an enemy with despair, so you're going to want to try kill them as quickly as possible before the despair meter builds up on your screen, because if it builds up, you die, and you got to start again from the shrine, which is far away. From here, you're going to be doing a little bit of a, I don't want to say puzzle, because it's not really a puzzle, it's just a bunch of like confusion. So you activate the lever there, it's going to bring this thing down so you have a foot to stand on, kill the enemy that's around that area, run across. Then we're going to go down the stairs over here, speak with this NPC, like so. So do that, then go down the stairs here, and you can go down this ladder over here. This will take you into this room over here. You'll kill the enemies, and you'll go out the door over here. And then there are 2 doors that you can open to give yourself more shortcuts. The most important one is going to be the second one, but you can open up this one over here to just, you know, just have it open, rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Then you're going to open up this door. This is the important one because you're going to be starting over here so many times. This is where the shrine is located. So pretty much from here, you're going to make your way from this location, the Zhenwu Antechamber, and you're going to follow along with me for the 1000th time that you're going to do this. Trust me, you're going to know this run so good. You're going to know this so good because of how many times you're going to have to do it. So anyway, we're going along this way. You can lower the ladder over there and open up this door. This goes straight into a boss fight. Good luck, beat it. Once you're done, we're going to go behind that like dead tree over there. So just follow along with me over here. We're going to go up here. We're going to go to the left on the ramp. There is a bird there that you can get as well. At this next section over here, we're actually going to go left first. Even though right is the way that we're going to go left to speak to the NPC and open up this shortcut door that takes you to the refugee camp so that you can, you know, have access to the camp if you need it from here. So go ahead and do that. Once you've done so, we're going to turn around and we're going to run this pathway. And like I said, you're going to be doing this pathway a lot. So get used to it. You'll see why. So we're going to go up here. This part's quite simple. It's easy. You're going to go up the stairs like this, and then you're going to go up the ladder like this. And then you're going to go out onto the rooftop. There's going to be an enemy who is going to dive bomb you from the other side. So fight them. You're going to rush in here. You're going to have your despair stuff ready as well because you're going to need it at a later point. Hit the lever. It's going to change these things and it's going to open up the left-hand side. You'll find there is a despair enemy over here. Go ahead, defeat them so that they're not using their despair on you. Then you're going to jump down this section like this. So jump down here and you're going to go to the right like this. And you can activate this lever that's going to change the setup of this. Pretty much it always has 2 down and 2 up. So you just have to go to the other one that moved like that. Then you're going to go up the stairs. There's just loot on the left one, nothing more. And you're going to go up here. And this one has a lever that you can pull again, like this. And then we're going to go across to the right-hand side like this. So keep going. Here's where things get interesting. Now, before we go across this bridge, we're actually going to go to the right-hand side. There's a secret that you can loot. It shouldn't be too hard for you to do, but basically when you stand here, you're going to go to the book over there, then the book over here, and then you just follow to whichever is the closest item, and you can follow the walkway quite simply. It goes like this. And this will take you to a loot room. There are going to be 2 enemies there that have the despair thing, but they're pretty easy to kill, nothing crazy, and there's some loot in there as well, chest. And then you just follow the same way back to the closest little light beam on the thing. I will show you on screen here so that you can follow as well. We're going to just take this all the way back. And then you're going to go down this bridge, right? So this takes you to the next section. There's a bird over there. Then you can keep going. From here, you're just going to follow along with me. We're going to go out to the right-hand side to that ladder. You can also go down left. There's some treasure down here, so collect that. It's a treasure chest you probably saw earlier. And then we're going to take this ladder to the top. There's going to be 3 enemies that have the despair thing that are running around on the rooftop. I recommend killing them. And there's 2 enemies that are going to shoot at you from the top of that rooftop across there. At this point, here's where it gets annoying, because there's an enemy with despair where you're going to need a Mind Lotus seed. You just need it, right? Even with despair clothing, when you're standing here, this despair thing goes up so quickly, and you can just see the despair enemies just standing there, and you have to walk across these beams like this. And just before you get to the last one, there's an enemy who tries to dash you, and if they hit you, they'll knock you all the way back down. Now, initially, I wasn't gonna spoil what happens next, but I feel like after having to deal with all of that bullshit, you should probably know about this too. This bullshit. So this is the Pavilion of Knowledge Shrine, and starting from this location, we're going to go up the stairs to the left-hand side here. You'll see the old man is there where you can speak to him. Go ahead, do the dialogue with him. It seems like this game has choices on like the endings of the outcomes of the game, whether you heed his warning or you ignore it. It seems to give you a different ending. Then we're going to exit through this pathway here, and you're going to either take the ladder that's on the other side of the roof to go down, or just jump down like this. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. It just takes you down to the pathway that reaches here. And then just follow along here. This is going to take you to the next NPC that you can chat to, like this. And then you're going to go ahead and make your way down the ladder and to the next section, to the next boss. Now here, there are going to be a lot of cannons shooting at you, which I'm sure you love, just exactly what you needed right now. And we're just going to have to make our way all the way up to the top left over here so that we can access the shrine. So collect this, and then you'll go ahead from the altar gate shrine, as you can see, to the door at the top. There's an NPC who should be lying on the floor on the left of it. And he's pretty much saying that he hates this game and he just wishes it was over. Then you're going to open up the door. There's going to be a boss fight in here, so good luck with that. Defeat the boss, and after you've done so, you'll be in this arena over here. You will collect the shrine. Now, what you should first do is actually enter the dream to reset the world. So do this. This is the Zhenwu Altar shrine. So do the reset, and you should see around you there's this NPC who should be like on the floor, like dying, I guess. And what we're going to do is go back to the thing, enter dream again, and this is actually going to make her despawn and leave all of her gear on the floor. So pick that up, nice and easy. Then we're going to run down here and make our way to the bottom of this little hill, I guess. Now at this point, you're going to find the old man and this other NPC, and you have the option of pretty much continuing to the end game. It's going to give you a warning, continue forward, or let you weigh your choices. Stay behind if you want to finish anything else. If you're ready to go to the end version of the game, proceed. Just note that a lot of things change. So this is going to take us to a region that we didn't actually visit in this video because there's nothing really to get there besides like one little item. There's no bosses. And here you can see are all the NPC locations that I'm showing you right now, in case you are looking for any of them in particular. Here's the old man. You're going to speak to him. He's going to give you the option again to agree to help or refuse to help. This changes what ending you get in the game, I believe. So we're just going to go ahead and run across here. This will take you to where Wuchang is located, the other vendor who lets you buy the other stuff. This is where he is right now. And then there is another vendor, the panda is here again. So the panda, a little bit hidden. You're going to go back here to the right here, all the way along the outside and down this little hill. You should find the panda up ahead. He's going to be selling you a bunch of new stuff. Like this panda hood, which is pretty cool. I bought it instantly. And then we're going to return to the old man, and then you can exit through this doorway over here and collect the shrine for this location right there. So that's where you're going to pick it up, and then we can continue on with the end game. This is the shrine called Annalum in Worship's Rise in Runes location of the map. So we're going to proceed down to Shu Sanctum pretty much, because that's what's going to be in the vicinity of where we're going. But there is going to be a little bit of a secret boss encounter that we can take on the way, which I'm going to show you where it is, and you can explore it and go do all the stuff there. So you're just going to follow me for the main part over here. We're going to make our way to this location. You should see there's this weird thing. We're going to go from here up the stairs. And if you recall this area, you'll remember that there was a boss up here. And yet again, there's going to be another boss up here. So go ahead and defeat this boss. It's nothing like one of the major big bosses. It's one of those like demon bosses, if that makes sense. You should know what I'm talking about if you played this game up until this point. So from here, Shu Sanctum is on the right, as you know, but if you go left, you'll get to find one of the NPCs who wanted to duel you the whole game. So that will finally happen. And here he is. So you're going to get to fight him over here. And of course, if you beat him, you unlock his armor set. Pretty cool. And then just behind this rock over here, after you interact with that statue as well, you'll be able to take this blood spine bridge across. So to the other side, there's a treasure chest there as well as another shrine, but not much else. So from here, I'm actually going to go back to the Shu Sanctum. Feel free to explore anything that I'm not covering. Of course, there's a few little hidden things in between in some locations. So go ahead and fully explore. I'm just showing you the main routes. So from Shu Sanctum over here, essentially we need to make our way back to Worship's Rise, like the main start of the game, like where you started the game. That is where we have to go back. So we're pretty much going to backtrack. And this is the route that I'm going to take because some of the other routes are actually blocked off. So we're going to go along here and you're pretty much going to run all this way to the back door of Worship's Rise. This is going to take you right there. So up here, there's also a bunch of hidden stuff all around this area. I highly recommend exploring it first. And then going through the door over here into the Revenant Temple where you began the game. So quite simply, from this location, you're going to go up the stairs and you'll find that there is the first shrine that you interacted with as well in this location is also here and is interactable. So collect the shrine. You'll also notice that just behind it is not blocked anymore. Now, a few of the locations are not going to be blocked anymore. It's pretty cool. So behind here, there's a bunch of items you can pick up. That's pretty much all you really get to do in this area. You get the ceramic jar helmet. Pretty cool. In here, you can speak with this NPC. Go ahead and do so. Once you've spoken with her, you can also go ahead and chat with an NPC who's going to be just upstairs over here. So you'll speak with this guy as well. Now you will have to chat to this dude 2 times. He's over here. You'll speak with him the first time, then you'll have to enter dream state at a shrine and speak to him again, and he will actually tell you then you need to return to the burning cave, which is on the top floor of this tower temple, and you're pretty much going to return to the burning cave where you started the game. So follow along with me here. You should see that in my game over here, I have this NPC over here, and I actually realized afterwards that this is a choice. This gives me a different ending. Depending on whether you give him this item, if you have it or not, it changes the ending. If you pick giving him the item, you've picked the bad ending, just so you know. I don't know what the other ending option does, so you can try it in your game if you want a different ending. Hopefully a good one. But yeah, we're in the Burning Cavern over here, and in this location, we're going to make our way to a big boss fight that, man, it's going to remind you of a very specific boss. And let me know in the comments down below what boss you're thinking of that I'm thinking of, because you see what I mean? Don't you get that vibe? I do. I really do. Speak with this NPC over here, the Plain Warrior. Jeez, that word. And then you're going to go ahead and battle the boss. Once you defeat the boss, it's going to take you to this new area. And there'll be a shrine here that you can collect. And you'll see this dude will be on the floor again. And because I gave him the item, it ended up bringing him with me so that he can get one step closer to his ascension. So from here, the capital entrance of the Bow Capital, I'm going to take you through to the story levers that you need to pull. Going this way is for the story. The other way is for a necklace item. So feel free to explore the other way before coming here. It's up to you. So when you turn this lever, it's going to activate this bridge in the really corrupted waters, which is going to be quite annoying and a whole thing you're going to have to deal with the entire time with this corruption water. Follow along this path. You'll be ambushed here on the right-hand side, so beware. And then you're going to jump down here and you're just going to keep proceeding. Just follow along where I'm going. It's at this point you should know that that thing in the sky is going to be shooting beams at you, so do be prepared to dodge them. It will turn off as soon as you turn this lever up here off, which you're going to have to do for several of these snake-like creatures in the sky. So after you've done this, you're going to run up the staircase. You'll see there is a device on the left. This is just an elevator to go back to the shrine that we have. So we're going to stay above ground where we are right now and continue to this section over here. So just follow along with me. You'll make your way to this lift in particular and take it all the way down to the bottom. It's going to be a long ride, so I just cut that short. And we're pretty much going to go from here and follow along where I'm going. The next shrine you can collect is over here, as well as one of those like choice doors where you get to pick between one or two options. This is the depths of the capital in the Bow Capital region. So this door over here, I picked one option that didn't really give me a good outcome. It asked me to have a specific ring to get a loot, which is the second option. So I would recommend you pick option number 1 to hopefully get something out of it, because option number 2 don't give you anything. It's a really cool area that it takes you to, but apart from that, it's not really much. I didn't get anything from it. So starting from this shrine again, we're just going to continue this way. There is a big boss on the left. Be careful. There's a treasure chest underneath it as well. But we're actually going to go over here to this lever that we're going to pull. And this is going to actually move a bunch of things. So you'll see over here, it's going to put a floor over there. It's going to lower this wall over here, and it's also going to lower the wall directly in front of us that allows us to use a lift that is located right here too. So we're going to pretty much go onto this lift and let it take us all the way to the top. Up here, you'll start getting shot at by this goddamn thing, which is irritating. And then you're just going to follow this path. We're going to go turn off that thing as soon as possible. First, we're going to go to the right because there's a lever right here that we can pull. You'll see there's another I-beam snake thing in the sky. Very easy. We'll turn this off just like that, which is going to deactivate it and also bring down a secret pathway that I do recommend you explore. There's some hidden stuff there that you can get, but we're not going to go there right now. I'm not going to go there at all because it's not story related. That's just for extra stuff. But we're actually going to go across back down this way to the other laser beam, the one that was shooting at us when we were coming up the lift, and we're going to deactivate this one. This one was kind of tricky to figure out when I first came here because you have to go around this pathway to the right. And then you'll see we actually have to jump off. If you don't jump off, you don't go anywhere. It just gets stuck. So jump off here and you should see that the lever is located over here that you can pull. That's going to extend a pathway up on that main dead end track at the top there. You'll see it's going to deactivate that. It's going to fill in this dead end, which actually takes us to the end of this puzzle over here in particular. So that's nice. To get up there, you're just going to go to the right-hand side. This is going to let you jump off a ledge and go back in front of the laser beam thing. And then you're just going to go to the left over here and up here again. But this time you're just not going to jump off the side because, well, we've already, extended the floor. You can see we can go straight across right now. In this area, you'll find the panda for the last time, and you'll be able to buy any final items you want from him. So yeah, make your purchases, and then activate the door, which is going to open up this door and reveal a new area where you'll find an NPC that you need to speak to. So just go up there in the middle platform, speak to the old dude, and he's going to tell you that he's going to tell you to pretty much take a leap forward. So look where he's pointing, just in front of him. There's a leap over there, but don't jump off just yet. Just behind you here on the left-hand side, you'll see there is a treasure chest. So collect that and then go jump off the ledge. So just do it like that order. You'll be fine because if you jump into this light thing, you'll be okay. You're not going to take any fall damage. Do that and then just follow the spine like this all the way down. When you get over here, you're going to take the lift down into the next area where you have to do a different kind of puzzle, but probably even more annoying. So this one has a lot of this corruption water that you're going to have to deal with, so that's unfortunate. Yeah. So we're pretty much going to run into this area. There's 2 laser beams that we have to activate with a lever for each of them. The first one we're going to go to is on the left over here. You're going to see it has the stairs on the left. It looks like this from the outside. So make your way to this location and just proceed across here. Hopefully you don't get corruption like I did. And you'll make your way to the lever, activate the lever, and you'll see this will turn one of the big statue laser beams. It's also going to put out a platform to the main tree, I guess, in the middle. The laser beam is going to activate on a door, and you pretty much have to get a second laser beam to aim at the same door so that you can open up the door, right? So you'll see over there, there's the pathway to the door, and we just have to find how to turn the second statue, and that's going to be through another doorway, which I'll show you where it is right now. Pretty much that enemy down there in the distance with the wings, behind him is the doorway that we need to go through. So make your way there. You're just going to follow along like this. I'll take you how I went there. I pretty much went across the water like this. And then I just, stuck to the outskirts because you can't really run in the corruption. You don't want to waste too much of my pots. You'll see around here is a doorway that you can take with some stairs, and this is going to lead to the lever that you need to move. So let's go ahead and turn this, and it should activate the second laser beam. So it's going to put a pathway to the middle tree again, and the laser beam is going to point at the door, just like that, and all you got to do is make your way to where those laser beams are pointing. So run over to the center tree, and then if you just look down the pathway with the two lasers over there, we pretty much just have to make our way to this platform however you get there. And at the top here, you'll be able to press use on this platform and pick up both of the shards, which will go ahead and make a bridge as well as open up the door on the far side. So you're pretty much done with this whole area now. Now you're on to the real end game. Like you're literally just have to fight one lost boss and the game is over, and you'll see the credits. So we're pretty much going to do that. So just run along this pathway. It's a really long straight pathway. And you don't have to fight anything on the way here, even though you can attack these like angel-like creatures, and they will probably attack back. Just don't. You don't have to. They're not attacking you. You'll find the shrine up here, like so. And then you'll go ahead and see we're in the Forbidden Lands. The final shrine, or technically it's the second final shrine because you get one after the boss. When you're ready and you're prepped and you have everything you need, you can go ahead and take on the final boss by interacting with this door. It's not like one of those special choice doors. As soon as you interact with it, it's going to take you into the boss fight. So I hope you were ready by the time you click this door. Once you defeat the boss, you will get the option to, access a shrine here where you can teleport to other areas of the game if you want to, if you want to see anything else or change anything else. But if you're ready to end the game, you're going to interact with the symbol and enter the stream of Samsara, which is going to allow you to end the game. It will play a special video depending on the choices you made. I was absolutely shocked at what happened in my bad ending, so I hope you guys got the good ending because, geez, it was insane. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and thank you so much for watching.